Coming up now in your spoiler-free wrestling news rundown, we've got an update on the timeline for CM Punk's return from a torn triceps. We've also got the latest on Kazuchika Okada, and Jordynne Grace has been doing quite a lot of media since the Royal Rumble on Saturday. All that and more coming up now. Okay, so here is everything we know about the timeline for CM Punk's return from injury. Up on your screen now. That's a shot of Punk from Raw on Monday, where he revealed that he suffered a torn triceps and he is not going to be medically cleared to compete at WrestleMania. So his dream, his goal of main eventing WrestleMania will have to wait at least for another year. So a few notes on this. It was his right triceps that he tore. It was his left triceps that he tore in the fall of 2022 at All Out in his match against Jon Moxley. That he was out of action for 9 months after that injury. However, he was ready to return beforehand, but his return was held off for the debut of AEW Collision. So PW Insider reported that sources within WWE feel like it's going to be about 4 to 6 months before Punk is back. Typical recovery time for athletes for a torn triceps tends to be between 3 and 6 months. So it is possible that we get Punk back for SummerSlam. It's also possible that he comes back a little bit after that as well. So as best as everyone can tell right now, it's going to be about 4 to 6 months before we see Punk in WWE again. Well, look who's officially a free agent. There is a smiling Kazuchika Okada. He posted this shortly after midnight, February 1st, 2024, Japan Standard Time, which of course means he is now a free agent. He wrote on X, thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling for 17 years. Thank you very much. I laughed, got angry, cried. It was great. I look forward to playing the remaining 3 games as a free agent. Of course, he has a match coming up, his final match, probably against Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's coming up February 11th. All right. There's also been a change to the WWE commentary teams for Raw and SmackDown. We saw on Raw this week that Pat McAfee has returned to WWE. So on Raw moving forward, it's going to be Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. And then on SmackDown, it's going to be, and this is according to a report from PW Insider, we'll find out for sure on SmackDown on Friday night, but according to PW Insider, it will be Corey Graves and Wade Barrett on the commentary team for SmackDown, with Corey Graves moving into the lead announce position or the play-by-play position, if you will. So he's always been the color commentary guy, but it looks like Corey Graves now is going to try his hand at being the play-by-play guy. And this, of course, comes shortly after Kevin Patrick was released from WWE. So Kevin Patrick is gone, and Pat McAfee has returned, and Corey Graves moving to a play-by-play role. So those are your commentary teams. Following her surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble on Saturday, TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace was doing the media rounds quite a bit. She took part in interviews with Denise Salcedo, Steve Fall, Fightful, everyone. Basically, everyone who interviews people in wrestling, Jordynne Grace has spoken with them in the last few days and has sort of explained how her Royal Rumble deal came together. I'll do my best to kind of sum up everything. So Scott D'Amore contacted her about it. At first, she wasn't sure that it was actually going to happen, but then she had a medical evaluation done on the Monday before the Rumble. Then she was on a flight to Orlando and took part in rehearsals at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando on Thursday. And then she drove to Tampa. She stayed in a separate hotel to sort of keep the surprise. She wasn't grouped with the other wrestlers. She was at, as she described it, the surprise hotel. Couple of other notes. So she only told her husband, Jonathan Gresham, about her Rumble appearance. And so she didn't tell, for instance, she didn't let Naomi know that she was going to be in the Rumble. Of course, Naomi and Jordynne Grace had a nice sort of moment together during the Rumble. According to Jordynne Grace, that Naomi had no clue that Jordynne Grace was going to be in that match. So Naomi's reaction was entirely genuine. If you remember, they hugged and then started fighting. So Grace says she had been texting with Naomi all week saying, "I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Rumble." But little did Naomi know that she would be seeing her in the Rumble. Basically, the reports are everybody was very impressed with Jordynne Grace. She's, of course, under contract to TNA Wrestling. She's the Knockouts champion. So nothing says that she would be going to WWE anytime soon. But I think she made enough of an impression that I believe she made it clear that she has a presence that works well on a major league wrestling roster. So I can't imagine it'll be long before we see her regularly in a promotion other than TNA Wrestling. But she's doing great stuff in TNA Wrestling too. And bad news for Kevin Owens. He has a broken foot. Dave Meltzer reported this earlier this week. So he did work through his Royal Rumble match with Logan Paul with the broken foot. However, if we go up on a cage match here, we see the last time he actually wrestled was against Santos Escobar. That was on the New Year's Revolution SmackDown from Vancouver. And then he's been off everything since then, including house shows, no matches on TV. So he suffered the broken foot, most likely in that match. Well, that's also what's being reported by Dave Meltzer. And this article up on your screen came out today. It's from Deadline, and it is announcing that a Jewish summer camp comedy, The Floaters, has finished filming in New York recently. And evidently, this movie stars, amongst others, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And so it's not clear who MJF plays in this film, but I guess they were filming it in New York recently. He was able to do this as he has not wrestled since World's End at the end of December when he lost the world title to Samoa Joe. So it's the plot of the film here. It says, follows struggling musician Naomi, who accepts a last resort job from her overachiever best friend Mara, mentoring misfit campers, the Floaters, at their childhood Jewish summer camp. I guess MJF is probably a little old to play one of the misfit campers, but we can still hope. So anyway, MJF doing more acting work. Of course, he was cast as Lance Von Erich in the Iron Claw movie, but most of his scenes were removed. However, he said in an interview not long ago that they could possibly be included as deleted scenes when the film goes to streaming or DVD. So anyway, MJF doing a lot of acting work. All right, there's some ratings information that I would like to get to you right now. So, AEW Collision on Saturday, January 7th had some pretty tough competition. Of course, it was going head to head with the Royal Rumble, and it got predictably destroyed. It scored 300,000 and 0.06. So 300,000 viewers and an 0.06 in the 18 to 49 demographic. That is the lowest in the 1849 demographic that the show has ever done. And it's the lowest viewership for any episode that wasn't preempted or put in a different time slot. So, I mean, you kind of could have predicted they were going to get destroyed, but they got destroyed a little bit more than most people thought that they were going to be destroyed. This was a new level of destroyed. Okay, so Raw did a great rating. Of course, it was coming out of the Royal Rumble. There's no Monday Night Football. So it averaged 1.9 million viewers, and it did a 0.61 in the 18 to 49 demographic. So very strong there. But what I wanted to point to was just how into Cody Rhodes people are right now. So the opening promo with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, that did really well. It got up just under 2.2 million. And it did a 0.71 in the 18 to 49 demographic, which you would think would be the high point of the show, but there was actually one segment which did better, and it was the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins live promo. If you recall, Seth Rollins cut an awesome promo about how his title, because he defends it night in and night out. He defends it on house shows. He defends it every PLE. So he was trying to say, this is the real world title. I thought it was an excellent segment. Oh, I thought the CM Punk segment was fantastic as well. I don't know if that means we're going to see Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but there was definitely interest in this segment between the two of them. All right, so AEW Dynamite tonight is from the UNO Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. Up on your screen now is how many tickets are out for the show. And so this doesn't look good. It's under 2,000. It's at 1,798. However, for the recent episode of Collision in Bossier City, Louisiana, they were hovering around this mark as well on the day of the show, but then got a very large walk up and we're up over 2,500, I believe. So it could be something similar here. We'll have to see, but so far it looks like it could be a light crowd for AEW Dynamite tonight. Here's what they've got lined up for the show. So not a ton of stuff has been announced. We will see Chris Jericho going up against the Don Callis family member Kyle Fletcher. We will see Deonna Purrazzo wrestle Taya Valkyrie with Timeless Tony Storm on commentary. And then we have the Dealer's Choice matches where Swerve Strickland has picked an opponent for Hangman Page, and Hangman Page will pick an opponent for Swerve Strickland. So Swerve picked Toa Leona to wrestle Hangman Page on tonight's show. And then Swerve Strickland's opponent has yet to be revealed, although there were some strong hints about it that are out there. And Samoa Joe is going to be on commentary for that match as well. And Jon Moxley will take on Jeff Hardy. That's tonight from New Orleans. And that's going to do it for this video, everyone. Please, once again, hit the like button, subscribe button, and click the notifications bell. And I'll see you again next video.